And good morning, my magic murder hobos. Risen Dragon here with an interesting take on a Rakdos mid-range build. And I say it's mid-range because we have upper level threats, but we also have stuff that removes stuff. And this is going in the theme of the chaotic evil bend. When it comes to Forgotten Realms and when it comes to Dungeons and Dragons. So for those of you that are not familiar with Dungeons and Dragons, shocker. Basically, you have your 9 alignments that kind of, describe the ethos of your character. Chaotic Evil is probably one of the worst that you could be because you destroy stuff and you don't care who you hurt. You don't care who you steal from. You don't care at all. You just want chaos and death and destruction. So that's what we're going for with this deck. And I think it's rather effective, and I'm going to tell you why as we go throughout. So, let's start off with our 1-drops. First thing we do, Blood Chief's Thirst. You can destroy a target creature or planeswalker with mana value 2 or less, or if it's kicked, you can just destroy a target creature or planeswalker. Great early threat, great early removal, great late game removal. Claim the Firstborn. Works well with this little piece of equipment right here, a witch's oven. Okay, basically you can steal an early creature, you can deal damage, you can then sacrifice it, gain some food, and then of course you sacrifice the food with 2 and you tap it and you gain 3 life. So good little combo here. Also, check for traps. We can exile a card with the opponent reveals their hand. We lose a life if it's not an instant or a card with flash, but that's okay. Alright, because we can take a little bit of it. Also, Elderfang Disciple enters the battlefield, discards a card. Valky, we just kind of steal from our opponent and then become that card that we steal if it's a creature card. Okay, and then if, later in the game, Tybalt is our finisher. Alright, Scorching Dragonfire deals 3 damage and exiles. Great early removal. Okay, Croxa, gotta have this. Okay, whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. The downside is we have to sack it unless it escapes. But when it does escape, we exile 5 other cards from our graveyard. It is a rather effective removal. Alright. Now we get into our high end, Lolth. We are playing Lolth. Whenever a creature you control dies, put a loyalty counter on Lolth Spider Queen. Now we aren't running a whole ton of creatures, but the -3 for this create 2/1 black spider creature tokens with menace and reach. We only have our 1 flyer with the Goldspan Dragon, which you're going to see in a moment. The 0 ability, you draw a card, lose a life. The ultimate is you get an emblem with whenever an opponent is dealt combat damage by 1 or more creatures you control. If that player lost 8 life, less than 8 life this turn, they lose life equal to the difference. I'm sorry. It's still very early in the morning. Alright, so anyways, she's one of our finishers. Goldspan Dragon, obviously, can ramp into stuff. Late game, we're not really running a whole ton of ramp in this deck, but again, it's our finisher. We are running some of the creature lands. Hive of the Eye Tyrant. We can exile cards from a graveyard. We can also do Den of the Bugbear. Basically just put creatures out onto the battlefield. So, some sideboard. Feed the Swarm in case they're running a bunch of enchantments. We can destroy a creature as well, but we lose life equal to that permanent's mana value. Heartless Act, just in case, we're up against more, non-tokeny stuff. Extinction Event, I think I'm going to put this in place of... I think I'm going to put this one in place of, maybe we'll take out a few of the Claim the Firstborns and a few of the Blood Chief's Thirsts. I do want to run 2 of these in our best of 1, just simply because it's good, obviously it's good removal. Storm's Wrath deals 4 damage to any creature. Planeswalker, Soulseer. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. It loses indestructible until end of turn. So, overall, an interesting story about this deck. There was an earlier variant that I did with it, and I accidentally, for the first time playing the deck ever, forgot to switch between traditional standard ranked and just a traditional casual. and we went up against a Rogues build, and we actually hosed it pretty good. So this is actually a very interesting build. I think it has potential, and I want to know what you think. Leave a like, leave a subscribe. For those of you that are not familiar with my channel, we do a best of one to begin with, just so you can see how it functions in that environment, and then we do a best of 3. And people ask me, well, why do you do a best of 1 if it's designed for a best of 3? Well, if you want to build this deck for a best of 1, I want you to see how it functions. So anyways, let's get into the games and see how we do. We are against Carpe Mortem 87. We are going to keep this because we have a Fabled Passage, we have a few tricks up our sleeve, and we're against Life Gain, huh? Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We can't really... what we'll do is we'll play down a Swamp, because we need one of those. We need a black mana source. And what we'll do next is Speaker that... Ooh, Impassioned Orator. Well, guess what? We are going to do this. We are going to play Witch's Oven. We're going to play Claim the Firstborn. They'll take damage. We're going to sack it. And we're going to do that. Next will be Valky. Righteous Valkyrie, of course they have that. So we really don't... Actually, no, we do have stuff to handle this, because what we do is... Let's see, Valky comes down. Yep, Speaker of the Heavens. We have that. And what we do now is we can automatically take that. Autopay. Speaker of the Heavens. There we go. Now they will Faith's Fetters us, and that will be fine by me. They gain the life. Everything. They've got the odd numbers here, so we'll just... Oh, minimum. What the heck? Interesting. Okay. Okay. So, here's what we're actually gonna make them discard the Faith's Fetters. Actually make them discard that. And that'll put us in pretty decent shape. Although that actually kind of plays into... No, it doesn't. For whatever reason, I thought that was a... Okay, oh, great. Really? Well, now, that kind of stinks now, doesn't it? Do that. No, we can't play that. Okay, so I don't like the Leonin War Leader here. So I am going to say evens. I don't care. We're not taking a huge ton of damage on these things, so you know what? We're going to attack in. Maybe gain some life. We'll see what happens. Okay. Can't get the Croxa down quite yet. But we get another land, we can definitely... Oh, revitalize. That's always fun. Okay, well... Do they have a Youthful Valkyrie? Nope, they have another revitalize. Okay. So that's getting dangerously close to our... Hildefang Disciple. Well, they can't discard a card. However, what they can do is this. We swing in. They'll block. That goes back to their hand. And we're just going to steal it back. So they don't have it. One. Autopay. Here we go. Okay. So we get that. Okay. Okay, they have a land. That's good. Because what we can do next turn is put down our Croxa and make their lives a little bit trickier. Okay, so we will do Croxa. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Now they can't... I can't obviously block the Righteous Valkyrie, but what we can do is we can... Okay, they can... Okay, no, they... Alright, they are going to swing in for that. That's okay. What we are going to do is this. We're going to activate this. We will gain some life. So, we will do that. Scorching Dragonfire is always a good one to play. So we're going to do this. They're going to lose life. And that is how this deck can rebound to an extent. Let's see what they have, though. If they have a Faith's Fetters, I'm not going to be happy. And we got him! Woohoo! Alright. Chaotic Evil for the win. Stick around for the best of 3. We are against Tell Me. It's actually a really good train song. Tell me, did you sail across the sun? Alright, this one, we're on the draw. We don't have a red source. But, yeah, we're going to keep it. We do have check for traps. So that way they can... Ooh, okay, well, we are against... Need a red mana, need a red mana. Nope, that ain't going to do it. But we do have a Witch's Oven. Do have a Witch's Oven. So, tell me, what are you going to do? Tell me. Clever Lumimancer. Okay, well, guess what? I'm going to check for traps. We're going to see what they have. Ooh. You know what? We are going to do Show of Confidence. I don't like that one. Clever Lumimancer, Symmetry Sage. Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh boy, check for traps is... Alright, so we don't have that, but what we do have is this. We can get rid of the Light of Hope. We can get rid of that. It kind of takes the teeth out of there. Alright, well, so much for that idea. Alright, that helps somewhat, but not really. Although we can, what we can do now is we can put down our Valky, and they'll have to waste the Banishing Light on the Valky. Which may not make sense, but there's a method to the madness here. Okay, so, I see cancel. Let's wait till they, target the creature. Yep, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do that. We do have many more Valkyries in there, but what we can do is they've got, if they decide they want to put a... Okay, well, they get that. Alright, well, let's see. We have... Yeah, let's do Extinction Event, because, odd. I forgot to take that out. I'm glad I kept that in. Luminous Broodmoth. Well, guess what? You are going to discard. Maybe. If they don't counter this, which they might. Yep, they do. Ooh, that's boss. Alright, well. I should have done the Elderfang Disciple first. That's okay. So they discard... What are they discarding here? Please discard the Broodmoth. Okay, they did Defiant Strike. Okay. That works. Symmetry Sage. Okay. Symmetry Sage. Alright, I am really not liking my lack of mana here, but I am going to do that. My doggo in the background. It's a faithful doggo. Valky, you're coming down. At least, if anything, just to draw a counter out of them. Negate. Oh! Okay, well, that could get fun. That could get fun. Alright, well, we know they've got a negate. We are going to select this and really have some fun with this deck now. Yep, there it is. Boom. Okay, we do that. They don't have... Okay, so clearly we were against some form of control build there. I do like having the extinction event in there, but what I am going to do is... do I swap out the Dragonfire for a Feed the Swarm? I think I do. Because Banishing Light is not fun. And I think that that is... If we're against some sort of enchantment build... Looks like we're against like an Azorius Magecraft build, which is a very cool concept. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm always into... I always love playing, you know... This is why I love the game so much, because there are just so many different decks. So many different decks that you can do. Weathered Runestone, okay. Players can't cast spells... Okay. From their graveyard. Oh! That's brutal. That's brutal. Although... Sacrifice it. Okay, so... Valky is going to come down. And just to see what you have here. Oh, you don't have anything. Test of Talents. Yeah, Banishing Light. Okay. So, I mean, if they want to do the Banishing Light, go right ahead. Because... yeah, really not going to be worth their while. And we know they've got we know that they've got that, so we don't want to the Test of Talents. We don't want to waste our check for traps on that. So they discard that. Okay. Really, I think this deck kind of hoses slower builds like this. Luminous Broodmoth is probably going to come down. No? Okay. Interesting. So Kroxa can't ever come into play once we have that, and we have no real way of destroying it. So I think we're just going to keep on keeping on here. Just attack, attack, attack. I think that's all we're going to do. And just play around the... Test its Banishing Light. Okay. Well, again, if they do the Banishing Light, then we just sack this. Gain a food. You know what? I am going to check for traps, just because if this is the card that they're going to... If that's the hill they want to die upon, I'm totally fine with that. Totally fine with them Test of Talent thing my check for traps. Totally fine with that. Because they'll discard... They'll have to discard something for the Kroxa. They'll have to discard something. Now, unfortunately, so long as this is on the battlefield, it can't come into play. So, I mean, geez, I mean, what are the odds of you getting a deck that just you get beaten to death with an Elderfang Disciple, huh? Feed the Swarm. So, okay, but you can't target the... You can't target that. So, I think we're just gonna stay put. Okay, they gain a life. That's okay. And we'll throw down a Fabled Passage. We're going to cast a Lochthwain, simply because I want to see what else. Ooh, we get a Larth. Alright. Witch's Oven is okay. I think. Maybe. Negate could come in handy here. Yeah, negate. Alright, excellent. So that's alright. I'm fine with that. Now, if they play a land, we're in good shape. I think. Yes! Alright, here comes the Lolth. Lolth that. Ooh, or a gold spanny dragon! Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. We're in business now, kids. We are in business now, unless they have a Shatter the Sky. Symmetry Sage, I think we're in good shape. I think we're in very good shape here. Because here's what we're going to do. We're going to play Lolthy. Play Feed the Swarm, and we got him. Alright. Okay, so granted... Okay, we're into silver. I'll analyze him post-mortem. Okay, so granted we didn't play against some of the stronger builds, such as your rogues or your mono white, but you can see kind of how this deck, with its elements of control, discard, damage, you can see how this deck works, and it's got different ways to beat you, and that's what I love about deck building. My theory behind deck building is it's got to be flexible, it's got to be adaptable, and really I think this is a great example of that. So, nice quick video this morning. Chaotic Evil, get it done quick, get it done fast, get it done dirty. I love it. As always, friends, leave a like, subscribe to my channel. Until next time, kids, may all your draws be godlike, may all your spells hit the board. Risen Dragon is out. Enjoy your day.